Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'd love for you to introduce yourself to our amazing
Okay.
audience.
All right. My name is Gia Trionfo Hooper, and I am a um, multi-dimensional healing practitioner, multi-dimensional yoga teacher, um, healing artist, and I'm also like a connector for light workers. So I've for the last 15 years or so, I've been a recruiter. And so there's a special set of skills that I'm bringing into sort of the light worker field, in addition to some of the work that I'm personally doing. So I have a big kind of like project going on that is unfolding over time. I'm really excited about around that. So I am doing those things right now.
Amazing, amazing, Mama. I'm like, and being a mom.
Yes,
That
and a
is,
mommy, big
mm,
time.
I love
I
that.
love that's a big passion for me. So
I love that. Well, thank you for sharing. It's incredible. It's incredible to be in your energy. And does anybody else feel that buzz? Like I feel this buzz in my heart. As soon as like we started
oh.
connecting, I was like, buzz. I could just feel it. So I love that. I love
I'm
it.
excited. You my
Oh,
excitement.
I love that so much. Yes, yes, yes. Well, and I'd love to hear about like a pivotal spiritual experience or profound spiritual experience you've had in your life. I feel like you have spiritual experiences every day, but what was something that stood out?
I've been thinking about this a lot ever since I knew that I was coming on this, and I still haven't picked one. So whatever is going to come out now is the one, um, which I think is going to be. I'm actually going to say it was being pregnant and having my first child was probably my most profound spiritual experience because I feel like I went through um, this purging, and it was a really difficult pregnancy, um, and then something shifted in me. I realized, I guess, in retrospect, we're kind of portals when we give birth. Well, we are portals when we give birth, right? So we become that portal, and I think it shifted me so dramatically that I became open to all of these other really significant spiritual experiences that I then had with so many amazing teachers and healers and people that I've had the blessing of like coming across and being in, sharing energy with and learning from. So after that, there were like all these, I did like a QHHT, which is like it's sort of like a past life regression, a little bit different than that, but, and that was, that was a big shift, but it's like each thing that comes has, I feel like, been past, like because of the opening that experience provided for me.
Mm, it's amazing. It just opened up so much for you.
It opened my heart
Hmm.
more than anything. Like it was like it burst the dam open, and
Hmm.
like once I think when you're able to like really come into your heart space and start to experience the world from that space, everything begins to really shift.
Hmm. I feel like open too, shift and open. Like you had this open
Yeah.
heart. And so it was almost like these teachers and these spiritual experiences were able to come to you because your heart was open, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I was ready to. I'm like, where's my light? Where's my light? I'm ready to. I was ready to like find myself, like the trueness, the true deepest part of me. So,
That's
and it brought me
powerful.
to that place. So I had to let go of a lot. I had to. There's a lot of ego that has to like you have to come to terms with. I think when you're housing another life in your body.
Yeah, oh my goodness gracious, right?
Yeah.
A lot of, I want to say sacrifice, but it's almost like it is, but it's like a joyous sacrifice. Like I would do anything.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, it's the journey is different for everyone, right? Because I wasn't super joyous in the beginning. I was really afraid. I was really fear-based. Um, and so it took me time. And I think that's part of the reason why I was getting so sick was because I was so scared and I just didn't know if I could do it. And I knew it, I just think I knew that it was going to shift me so much that I don't know. I was just, I didn't experience the joy in the beginning of my pregnancy, even though I'd been trying to get pregnant, and I had a like guilt around that and a lot of shame around that. And I think a lot of moms go through that. I've realized that like I've gone through a lot of things that a lot of moms go through that are hard to talk about or that we just don't talk about, like that. That's one of them. But there's a lot, you know, where I was like, I'm supposed to feel like every second of this is amazing and joyful, right? Like, but it's not, because I've been barfing for 24 hours, like, and I'm terrified, you know. And I think it's just like sort of the reality of the like the how, what's the word, magnanimous, that's the word I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking for, but like how gigantic this shift is, you know, that can come over you. And I think there's this expectation that we're all supposed to just like feel great and be excited about it and bounce back from it and da 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 da, I'm so blessed. Well, yeah, and that's true, you know, we should appreciate it, but it's also like really hard and a big deal, you know, that we're a lot of times feel really alone in. So I think it's just really special. Just a lot of ups and downs and like just real stuff that you have to like look inside for, you know, and really like the stakes are higher. So like your heart really has to lead. And it shifted me. I mean, it took me out of the corporate world, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and like now I'm on the road to living like my true like self and my true joy, you know, because of it. Like serving in the way that I know I'm like meant to be.
I can feel that shift too, you know, going from the corporate world into you aligning. Like as soon as you started talking about where you're at now, it's like everything just aligned. You know, you were just completely aligned as you said that.
Yeah.
And I feel like too that, you know, even spirituality, there, you know, there's still like tears or like the healing path. There's, you know, tears or there's heartache or this, that, you know, the dark night of the soul. And at the same time,
Yeah.
it's still so beautiful to be able to open up,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know?
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're here for. You know, I
Mhm.
think that's a big part of my journey. I think that's why we are on Earth, like to really experience it, like how it's making me emotional,
Mhm.
how visceral it is, you know, how real and tangible it is, how what duality really feels like, what all of that, you know, the dark and the light, the yin and the yang, and like really, like why are we coming to Earth if we're not going to experience it? You know, like can we find joy in all the things? Can we, you know, what do things really feel like here? What if we didn't have like a Earth body? What would it feel like? You know, sometimes when I get frustrated, like with a person or like relationship or like one of my kids or something, I'll just think like, you know, there was a time that we're sitting up there like planning to come do this together, you know? And like it's such a gift that we can sit here and like touch each other and like engage, you know? Like
Mhm.
how beautiful is that, you know? I didn't
Absolutely.
know I was gonna get emotional,
Yay.
Heather. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
It's usually spirit talking when I get tears. I was telling one of my clients about that today. I was like, I feel great. Like, don't worry. Like, it just means that like something's coming through for you, probably our message or whatever. But you know, we have our different signs
Mhm.
that we learn about.
Which I love
And
that.
mine happens to be one of them
I
happens to
love
be
it.
tears. So I'm like, oh, it must be lit in this conversation, you know, and that's totally okay.
I
But I have to always
absolutely.
remind everybody, like, I'm okay.
I love that though. That's beautiful. Gail was just sharing it, your experiences have opened the doors that were meant for you to walk through. And
Yeah,
Sam and
right.
Gail are saying it's beautiful, absolutely. And I love because emotions are, you know, just a part of everything, you know, physical and
Yeah,
spiritual. So it's neat that
right.
that is your spirit signs. Well, I'd love to hear too, or have you share with the audience some of the things that you've been able to participate in with me and how that's
Yeah,
helped you.
I would love to talk about that. There's been so much. I mean, and I feel like I'm probably going to mention Rachel a couple times because I came to you through her
Mhm.
and the work I've been doing with Rachel Chamness. So a lot of the things that I've worked on with you have been so amazingly complementary to this other work because without you two even knowing it, which is always so special when you get like a confirmations from, you know, different places for what, you might tell me something that she told me the day before and you wouldn't have known that, you know, and that happens like regularly, which is really cool, like a couple times a week, like it's really amazing, like special. So, and she was like, yeah, like Heather's amazing. Got to check out this group. I was like, okay, because I feel like she's clear. She's on point. She knows, where to point me. And so ever since then, I just feel like I've learned so much, and I've like reached so much further into my gifts, I guess I would call them. The things that I can access. I'm trying to remember what's the first thing I did. I think it was like one of your card pulls or something, and like heighten the free one. And I was just like, oh, that is speaking to my heart. Like that is exactly like what is on my heart. And it was really special to me. So, and I got like tears from it and everything. And I was like, okay. And then I started doing the VIP group. And then from that, there was just so many things to take advantage of. I really haven't even like scratched the surface of all of the content there, because I've been so engaged in the actual group day to day that like I haven't sat and been like, okay, now I'm gonna do this class. I did like one class on my own, and it was it was really I'm sorry, someone just came in the room, and it was really powerful. I think it was a meeting my spirit guide class. And wow, it was like, it was so much more vivid than I expected it to be, the things that were coming into my mind's eye. And I was able to really connect in like an emotional way. And so whenever those kinds of things happen, it encouraged me to move forward, because I happen to need a lot of confirmation. I sometimes will second guess, or not, sometimes a lot of times will second guess, what I'm getting or what I'm hearing, especially if it's something I want to hear. I'm like, oh, that can't be right. Like, like it can't be good. I can't be special about this thing or whatever, whatever it is. So it was a lot of stuff that brought confirmation. And then the one thing that we did, there was a class, it's a spirit circle on a Friday night, and there was only like 2 of us on the call for some weird reason, because it's usually a packed. And I just felt like I got really lucky. He walked us through a meditation to meet a loved one in spirit, and the stuff that and I was meeting my dad, which I have a lot of like emotion there. And, we have a really special relationship. I wanted to reconnect with that really badly. I feel like it's really important to me and the work I'm doing and everything. And as you were describing certain things, like first I was seeing certain things, and then you were saying them right after I was seeing them. And it like blew me away. And I was like, oh, like I was like bawling. It was just it felt so real. Like I felt so connected. An experience was just like my whole body just felt like I was in that space. And seeing him and the pictures he was showing me of like the times in my life that since he's passed or transitioned, that he has been with me, one being the birth of my son, it was just really incredibly, really powerful for me, and helped me shift a lot and let go of a lot of things and have more peace with sort of where things are, and him being on spirit side and me being here, and how all of that goes. So that was really, really special to me. And then I try to get at least like 2 insights a week, or 3, whenever you pop on live, because that always helps me like make sense of what's going on, shift. And then we had a one-on-one session most recently that really, I was just in a place where I really, as a lot of us were, leading up to this full moon, I was just really had a lot going on and a lot coming up that I needed to process. I was having a hard time putting words to what I needed. And so in having our one-on-one spiritual counseling, you were actually able to put those words there for me. And that really, like, it was really all I was looking for. It was someone to just understand and be like, this is what you mean. And it just made such a difference for me. And I really feel this, like, I was able to let go of a lot of stuff and this confidence moving forward. Like, I got this. I'm doing this. I just need to like push through this spot, and like everything is opening up, and it's a really exciting feeling. And it was a lot to hold space for. So I'm really grateful
Mm.
for it. I'm sure there's more, but that's off the top of my
I
head.
love it. Thank you for sharing. I love all
Yeah,
of
of
it. And
course.
what an incredible honor it is for me to be able to witness your journey. And you know what is so funny about the spirit circle? That it was just you and Crystal. It was because
Yeah.
it was the night off, and I had forgotten it was the night off, and I did a spirit circle. I kid you not. So I actually did two spirit circles that month, but you were so lucky that you popped on. Like how
Right.
synchronistic is that, you
Right.
know?
And I can like hardly ever make it. Like it's really hard with
Mhm.
the kids' bedtime and stuff. It's like the only time I've
It was
ever been able to make it.
amazing though. I was like, this is
Yeah.
funny that it was
It's
like
really
a
special.
fluke, but yet it was perfect, you know?
Yeah. And then the connection with
Mhm.
Crystal was really cool. So that like kind of bonded us. So we've become like fun internet friends. So, and that's been really nice too, just building the community in the group too. It's been really sweet.
Mhm. I love that.
It's just
Nice.
nice to have people that you can say something that seems really crazy and they're like, oh yeah, totally. It's a nice, I appreciate it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, could you tell everybody where they can find you?
Yes. So I know one of the things you were talking about is what are you working on? And
Mhm.
one of the things I'm working on is a website that is like revamped and fancy and new and exciting. And I do have one attached to my Instagram account, which is where I'm probably doing the most of my communication and sharing the most about what I'm doing, what I'm working on, what I'm offering, which is Gia Mary 2. So it's GIAMARY 2.
Nice, nice. Perfect, perfect. And they can get in touch with you there and find out
Yeah,
more.
message
Hmm.
there. Hmm.
Absolutely. And just such an honor to be able to be in your presence. And I have personally gotten a session from you and looking forward to more. And I know
Yeah.
I share it, I think, every single angel party. I'm like, she was able to find out the name of my maiden guide.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like so blown away, you know, and it just brought myself and my guide closer, you know, and it was just beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm starting to tear up. I think you're starting to tear up. We're
Yeah.
both feeling that. And Michelle says, Gia's sessions are incredible, out of this world. You introduced me to my unicorn. I love that. That's
Thank you. That must
beautiful.
be Michelle.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Well, between you and Michelle, I mean, that's something that I've figured out is an offering that I can share, which is to identify a spirit, guide, or animal, or sometimes a symbol or healing place. But a lot of times it's a guide or an animal, and then draw a picture of it, like a sketch of it, and get a quick channeled message from that multidimensional being. So that's something that in doing yours and um, you sort of like explaining to me, because I was like, gosh, I don't know why I felt like I had to write the word laurel. I was like, I just don't understand. Like,
Right?
you're like, because that's the guide's name I've been looking for forever. And I was like, oh, so even just doing that
Mhm.
work with you, just working on you or with you, um, it actually helped me develop that offering. And then when
Mm.
Michelle's unicorn came through, and now a lot of different multi-dimensional beings are coming through as I work with different people. So that's been really fun. Offering like a sketch, and then you can upgrade to like a color picture, like a fully drawn picture, and then I'm gonna start offering paintings as well
Mm.
of them. So
I
really
love
excited about
that.
that.
And Patti says, I love the drawing you did for me, Gia. You're so talented.
Oh, thank you.
Yay!
That was fun when we did that healing. Rachel and I did a healing where we went live, and I did like little sketches and symbols for everyone who
Oh,
came on. We did like little
cool.
5 minute, like she did like a sound healing, and then I would do a sketch for them during it. It was really fun, and I sent them to everybody. So
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it.
do that
I'm
again.
like, yay!
Yeah.
So definitely getting Gia's energy for multiple things. I'm super excited that you're offering that because I just feel like people are really needing, you know, to be able to learn about their guides
Yeah.
more, get the picture. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, Gia. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, thank you for
Thank you so
joining
much.
me. And people on the
Yeah.
replay, let us know you're here. And then also this will be on YouTube in the next couple days. So thank you, love. Oh my
Thank you
goodness.
so
Have a
much. Thank you for
wonderful
everything.